week, we're going to back up a bit and we're going to look at 3 things that I think you have to do before you even get to the planning stage. And as I'm sharing these tips with you, I'm going to do 2 things. One, I'm going to put my makeup on because I'm headed to a networking event. Also, the other thing is that I'm going to show you how this is in parallel to just some of the other things that you do in your life that you may not be aware are kind of going to help you with planning out your business for the new year. And that is transitioning my closet. I'm transitioning my closet from summer to fall as I give you the tips, because I felt like it was a great parallel. Like I said, I'm doing some of the things, I'm thinking through some of the same things with transitioning my closet as I do when I am planning out my new year, or I'm trying to strategize out my new year. Hi everybody, let me get situated here. I have to go and first of all, let me show you my merch. I'm a boss. That's my new shirt. Isn't that lovely? And it's a woman right here. See her eyes, and then there's her lipstick, and then the lines for her hair. Really cool, right? Really, really cool. Hey guys, I am back. It's Andre Patrick, the BU Boss. Thank you so much for showing up for my channel today. I hope that you have enjoyed the previous videos. And if you haven't checked them out yet, that means you're new. So welcome, welcome, welcome to my channel. This is Be the Brand TV, and it's all about putting the BU in your business so that you can be the boss unapologetically. Okay? So I started a series last week that I didn't have a name for yet, but as I started writing my podcast script today or this week, and I started writing the idea for what I wanted to do in the video today, I realized that there was a common theme and that I wanted to carry that theme out throughout the rest of the year. And so what we are going to be talking about the rest of the year are I'm calling it the 4P New Year plan. What is it? I don't even remember the name of it. I'll put it in the description box because it's new, y'all. I don't know yet. I'll have it right by the next video. But anyway, so the point of it is that I wanted you guys to have some direction in the way that you begin to plan out your new year, because I know what it's like to get to the beginning of the year, feel like you have absolutely no idea what to do, or I also know what it feels like to have had an idea or a plan and thought that your strategy was intact, but then you didn't work the strategy the whole year. I've had that happen too. And so I didn't want that to be the case for either of us this year. So we are starting this series that's going to help you start to be a little bit more proactive in the way you plan the year coming. And it's going to help you create a positive game plan that's going to help you be more productive in your new year, help you to achieve your goals more intentionally with more effectiveness and efficiency. Okay, so that's the goal of the series. And last week on the channel, I talked about the idea of generating leads in your business and not falling prey to those 10x your sales things, which I'm not going to say they don't work. What I will say is the people they work for them because they are being authentic to the plan. And if you try to use someone else's plan, it may not work as well for you. So in the event that has happened to you, I felt like the tips that I gave you last week were going to be a little bit more helpful to be unapologetically you as you 10x your sales. Okay. But this week we're going to back up a bit and we're going to look at 3 things that I think you have to do before you even get to the planning stage. And as I'm sharing these tips with you, I'm going to do 2 things. One, I'm going to put my makeup on because I'm headed to a networking event. So Also, the other thing is that I'm going to show you how this is in parallel to just some of the other things that you do in your life that you may not be aware are kind of going to help you with planning out your business for the new year. And that is transitioning my closet. I'm transitioning my closet from summer to fall throughout this video, and as I give you the tips, because I felt like it was a great parallel. Like I said, I'm doing some of the things, I'm thinking through some of the same things with transitioning my closet as I do when I am planning out my new year, or I'm trying to strategize out my new year. And so that's what I'm going to be talking about on the channel today. Let's dive in, okay? First thing that I want you to do is to get reacquainted. If you are starting out your strategy planning for the new year, I think it's a good idea for you to get acquainted with where you are, remind yourself of your why, understand sort of where you are currently in your business, get acquainted with the things that didn't work, get acquainted with the things that did work before you put them up in your bag of tricks for next year, because you don't want to duplicate things from last year or from this year that didn't work, right? You don't want to keep doing that, but you also don't want to reinvent the wheel doing something brand new when what you already had may have worked. See, this doesn't work for me because I always forget to actually put the makeup on as I'm talking. So let me do that. Funny thing is that I did this when my husband pulled all of my winter clothes down from the attic. And I specifically was looking for something because, as you'll see in another video coming up, I'm about to plan my trip to my college homecoming. And if you have not checked out those homecoming videos, I'll link some up here because they are good. I've recorded and done like a vlog for the past couple years, and they are really good. I think you'll enjoy them. I'm in the process of getting ready for that. So it all started, the closet transitioning all started when I was looking for a jogging suit that I wanted to wear to homecoming. And so it is something that has always worked. Unfortunately, this is why we are getting reacquainted, right? Unfortunately, what I realized last year when I went to go pull this out was that I had purchased this jumpsuit from my alma mater, and it had the wrong graduation year on it, y'all. So I had been rocking it for years, right? Because it had my alma mater on it, Aggie Pride. And it wasn't until last year when I went to pull it out that I realized it had the class of 91. Girl, I graduated in 95. So I could not wear that jogging suit to homecoming last year. So this year I got reacquainted, pulled it out. That's what started the whole closet transition. And I found it. I went and got some patches from Etsy, and I took it to my tailor. So he's putting those on so that I can wear them this year. But that's why it's important for you to get reacquainted with where you are, what worked, what didn't, what could be optimized, where adjustments can be made. And the same holds true for your business. There are going to be times where what you pulled out of your bag of tricks did not work, but there were some reasons it didn't work that can be adjusted. When you get reacquainted with it, you can adjust those things and say, oh, wow, this would have worked if I would have planned farther out in advance. This would have worked if I would have concentrated more of my energy on this particular area. So that's why it's extremely important for you to get reacquainted with your why, get reacquainted with the things that you've done so that you can make those subtle adjustments or just delete things altogether. After I got reacquainted with the things that I had worn this summer, and I made sure that I kind of replaced the things that I didn't want to wear anymore. Now that we have gotten reacquainted with, like I said, what worked, what didn't work in my business, and in parallel, what worked, what didn't work in my summer wardrobe, it's time to get refocused and start to consider, what do I really want my fall story to look like? And this is a great opportunity, not only for my style story, but as we parallel it over to my business, also, what do I want next year to look like? Where do I want my big wins to be, and what do I want those big wins to look like? And that's where I can start refocusing my attention and start really utilizing the information I got from the getting reacquainted section. I can start to pull that information over into this refocusing section and say, okay, this is where I want to focus my attention next year, and start to reverse engineer the things that I'm going to need out of my arsenal to make those things happen. It's about getting refocused, because the next step is going to be really important, and we need to be focused. We need to really have a clear vision for what it is we want to do in the coming year. Now, back to my wardrobe. I had to come up with a clear vision and come up with some staples in my style story. And that's going to be the video next week. So make sure you are subscribed to the YouTube channel here. If you are not, go ahead, hit the subscribe button. I'll wait. Okay, you should have hit the subscribe button, because next week the video is going to be about getting my style story together and my formula for doing that, and having my style formula ready for my season. So as I'm starting to formulate my plan, I'm getting refocused about, like I said, what do I want to be my big things, the big go-tos for the year? Where do I want my revenue to come from? How am I going to generate that revenue? Starting to come up with a game plan for that. Now, as you move over to my closet, the parallel, that's actually how do I want to organize my closet so that it makes it easy for me to pull my style stories when I'm getting dressed in the morning. You want to put together a formula for your business that says, these are the big things that I want to focus on to generate revenue in my business. And this is how I'm going to generate leads in order for that to happen. So you're going to create a formula for yourself to make sure that the lead generation you're doing, your sales funnel, is being filled with people who are interested in what it is your big ticket item is going, that offer, they're interested in that. So when you open the door, or when you launch, or whenever you offer it up to them, they're going to be chomping at the bit to get it. So this is where you want to get really refocused on that idea, that strategy for your brand. All right, so we have gotten reacquainted, and we have refocused ourselves, and we've done the same thing inside of our closet. Well, I've done the same thing inside of my closet. Oh, you know what else? As it relates to getting refocused, let me just say this. I created a quiz. I don't know if you've seen it in the past, but I have a video called 5 Stages of Entrepreneurship. Well, I've created a quiz that I will link in the description below that you can take to determine what stage of bossing you're in. In addition to me telling you what stage of bossing you're in, I'm also telling you who your ideal customer base is and what they're doing. Like, how do you recognize them? A really good tool. And if you have not seen that video, definitely check it out, because it was a game changer when I realized that the reason that I was struggling in some of the areas I was struggling in was because I was bossing in the wrong stage, and I needed to change the stage of bossing. I needed to recognize where I was so that I know who my audience was in return. Now, the last thing that I'm going to share with you today, before I let you go and get my makeup done and hopefully get where it is that I need to be on time, is to reimagine what's possible. I think we limit ourselves sometimes, especially in our business, when we have those limiting beliefs, when we are suffering from imposter syndrome, or we have negative self-talk. We don't allow ourselves the benefit of the dream, of the idea of the luxury that could be happening. We stick in our lane, which we should stay in our lane, but we limit ourselves and we minimize our growth because we're afraid to take risks and do things. So reimagine what could be. If it didn't happen for you this year, don't be discouraged, because God willing, you'll have another day, you'll have another year to get it right. The goal is to learn from the mistakes like we did when we got reacquainted, and then to get refocused and really drill down on the things that you learned when you got reacquainted, so that now that we can start to reimagine the possibilities that can happen. And that's going to reinvigorate us, get us really excited about what is to come in the new year. When I did that in my closet, there were some things in my closet that were missing. The same holds true for your business. You know, you got reacquainted with your why. You know what worked, what didn't. You've refocused and started to come up with a strategy and a plan because you know what your big ticket items that you want are, that you want to generate revenue. And you're starting to come up with a strategy to generate leads for those things. So now reimagine the possibilities that can happen and get excited, reinvigorate yourself just on the idea of what is to come in the new year. Don't get discouraged, but also don't wait. Like, we're already at the end of the first month in the last quarter. Say that twice. The end of the first month in the last quarter. Okay. All right, Andrea. Take the quiz to see what stage of bossing you're in and get those results to see who your ideal client is, or just see if you're bossing in the right stage. Are you the boss you think you are? That's the question. All right, so that does it for today's video, guys. Really short and quick. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have not already, please hit the subscribe button, click the notification bell, and give this video a big thumbs up. And also, let me know, do you have any requests? Is there anything that you struggled with in the past when you were trying to plan for the new year? Let me know in the comments, and I will work on getting a video out for you. We'll be doing this series from now to the end of the year, so there's time. There's time to get it all in. So let me know. I think that does it. So again, thank you so much. Bye, guys.